Zercher squat. So a Zercher squat is usually when we hold a barbell in the crook of the elbows, but we're doing a variation of this with a band. You want to make sure that you have your band around a super solid anchor point. I like doing this one with a wedge. If you don't have a wedge, it's okay, but do understand that the wedge can help a little bit more with the positioning of the pelvis and getting a little more range of motion at the ankles. One of the main focuses of this exercise is to make sure that we are really getting the pelvis in a nice stacked position and getting a really great posterior orientation of that pelvis. So that means that we don't want to see the pelvis dumping forward like so, and we also don't want to see an exaggerated posterior orientation where we're really getting the glutes underneath kind of like pushing us forward and everything is kind of pulled down here and pushed forward at the bottom. So we're aiming to have a really nice stacked position in between the rib cage and the pelvis, and you're going to start with your palms facing towards you. So we're going to be in this position right here. The band is a pretty heavy band, so know that you don't want a super light band because you're going to have to put a significant kind of amount of pull on this to help yourself stay in that more upright position. So I'm going to put the band just kind of in the crook of my elbows right here, and then I'm going to take a couple steps away. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is make sure that I'm kind of pushing out on the band a little bit, and I want to think about my pinkies turning towards my face somewhat. Now, as I'm pushing out on the band somewhat, pinkies turn towards the face. I want to make sure I haven't let my elbows come up or my shoulders drift up towards my ears. Okay, so making sure that I'm just kind of pulling down gently on the shoulder blades. Now I'm going to take a nice full exhale, and I want to think about my lower ribs coming down and my ribs in my back coming out my back a little bit. So I basically want to make sure I'm not super flared right here. Okay, so I'm going to take that nice long exhale. Now I want to hold on to some of that tension that I just created in my abdominal wall. I'm going to make sure my heels are super heavy. I can feel my tripod foot, and now I'm going to squat down. As I squat down, I'm thinking about staying in this really nice vertical position. So I don't want to do this on the way down, and I don't want to do this on the way down. Really nice vertical position right here, letting the knees come forward, staying nice and tall, nice and tall, nice and tall the whole way down, and then coming up, lots and lots of tripod foot, and here. This is a lot harder than what it looks like, I promise. You're going to feel a lot of quad while you're doing this because you are getting quite a bit of knee flexion. You're getting the knee coming forward of the ankle. What I also want you to feel is a lot of core. It's okay if you don't feel a whole lot of glutes on this one. I would expect you to feel more quad than glute, but really making sure that we understand how to keep ourselves in that nice stacked position is really, really powerful. Make sure you're not holding your breath. We can inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Can be helpful for the way that our pelvic floor wants to naturally function. All right, that is your banded Zercher squat.